Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the 49ers Roundtable, and we got a special guest, Shifty 49ers Talk, right in the bottom, and we got the female of the main crew, Funny Niner fan Jamie in the building, and we got my boy from Oakland from the 510. We got my boy Niner King.
49er King, what's up, y'all?
What's up with it, man? So we on an episode, man, on this roundtable. We're discussing the off-season talks, man. But you know what? Be sure to hit the subscribe button on their channel because my boy Shifty 49ers Talks channel is right down in the description. And my boy 49er King, you got to check out his channel, subscribe his channel. He's the realest Niners fan there is. And my and the girl in the cover, I don't know when she's going to get a channel, but we're going to work on it, at some point.
Eventually.
Eventually. But hey, let's get on that discussion. I'm going to give a huge shout out to the BGN Sports Media. Be sure to subscribe their channel. It's down in the description. And first of all, we got our boy, the platform, Lawrence Jackson in the building.
What's happening? Don't you mean your man?
What's up?
What's up, man? So hey,
it's been a long time since I was a boy. What's happening?
Yeah,
folks?
man. You're the preacher of the crew, man.
Why? Because I'm black? No, I'm just
nah, I'm just
what's up, everybody? Miss Funny Niner Antonio, what's up? Shifty, nice to see you, sir. Miss Niner and Shifty, I don't think we've had the pleasure.
What's up, man?
Hey, let me send a link to Chardall since he was supposed to be. I forgot to put him in.
Where's Chardall at? Bring his ass.
Yeah, we'll get the guy in the building. All right, man. But hey, we're gonna discuss the top.
Bang.
So, hey, Shifty.
Shout out to Chris Rock.
Yeah, don't bang. But hey, Shifty 49ers Talk. Tell everybody where they can find you on your channel, dude.
Just YouTube search Shifty 49ers. It'll pop right up. Do a whole bunch of Niner videos, draft, free agency, during the season, previews, reviews, all that good stuff.
Yeah, dude, it's been a great content, dude. Like, if you guys haven't watched Shifty 49ers Talk, dude, this dude puts on great breakdowns. Like, this guy, he's got some good understanding. And if you guys haven't subscribed his channel, like, you definitely got to check out his inputs of what he puts, dude. Like, he's got a kick-ass intro.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm liking your new intro, CG. That's a good one.
Oh, the one with the little rap beat, that one's pretty tight. But let's get on the thoughts of Kerry Hyder, man. I've heard this signing, bro. This was a signing of this week, bro. Like, this was probably the one signing that kind of like, you know what? I can't be mad at the front office for this signing. But what's your thoughts of it, Shifty?
Oh, I love it. I thought Kerry Hyder was super good in 2020. And let's not forget that year that Nick Bosa, he was out for pretty much, I think it was week 2 he got hurt. So it'll be cool to see him with Bosa. Of course, we got our guy Ebukam, who's really came on strong. We brought back Jordan Willis, Charles Amenahu, who we got from the Texans last year. He looked pretty good down the stretch. So, although, and we're probably going to talk about it, D Ford looks like he's not coming back, but we still got a lot of guys. And then there's a bunch of really good prospects in the draft too. So I think overall, super happy that Hyder is back. Yeah, he's impressive.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts of it, Jamie?
No, I think he brings some experience and depth back to that position. I like the signing. I think I'll just be curious what the dynamic is with the new people we bring in and how he's going to fit back into the team after being away for a season. So we'll see. But I'm excited for it. I thought he did a great job for us when he was on the team the first time.
Yeah, so yeah, he's definitely a good pickup because of familiarity and all that stuff. But what's your thoughts of it, Antonio?
Kerry Hyder, we got the 2020 sack leader on the squad, and then we got Nick Bosa, 2019 sack leader. We got Eric Armstead, like all in one. Actually, Armstead was our sack leader in 2019. Sorry about that. And then Bosa was this past season. And now we got Kerry Hyder 2020. So we're going to have them all on the roster this year, man. We're going to wreak havoc on them. And we're probably going to draft one with a second-round pick or a third-round pick because you can never have too many of those, man. I mean, the Punko Rams, they had a lot of them. The Bucks did when they got after Mahomes. You know, you got to have a NASCAR package. The 07 New York Giants on the GOAT Tom Brady. You saw what they did, you know? So,
yeah.
Kerry Hyder, I was hoping we would get him back because he knows us. He's familiar with us. He had his best success with us. Man, I miss those, strong swim moves and, him off the edge, just getting it in, man, like being a threat out there. That's what we need. We need that other guy because I do like Ibukam. I like his talent. He got to get a little more consistent, but he came on strong at the end of the season. And the guy we got from the Texans, number 91, he has talent. He's going to blossom too.
Oh, Charles Omenihu? Yeah, he's solid.
Yeah,
he kind of showed promise.
Against Dallas, he had 1.5 sacks in that playoff game, man. Like,
yeah, he was.
Man, I'm ready for him.
Yeah, he was an X factor. But speaking of this one situation, man, what is going on with the 49ers front office about Jimmy, man? Like, I don't get it. What's the deal, John? Like, let's start off with Shifty on his opinion on this one.
Jimmy, well, I think we probably overplayed our hand here. I think we probably thought we'd get a lot more in terms of like draft picks and whatnot. But in fairness, we can criticize John Lynch and whatnot, but man, like this offseason's just been crazy. Like to think like Russell Wilson traded, Deshaun Watson traded, Matt Ryan traded, Carson, like a lot of quarterbacks, who've especially Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson have had a lot of success in the league. So I don't think they expected all this to happen. So they thought, hey, Jimmy might be the most attractive, veteran quarterback. But, crazy things happen. And it didn't work out in our favor. Plus, it didn't help that Jimmy got the surgery on his shoulder. So I think they're probably going to wait it out. Hopefully some team really gets desperate right before the year and they trade for him. But I'm not I wouldn't be surprised if we end up cutting him. Despite what John Lynch says, I think we might end up just cutting him later on.
So what's your thoughts of it, Jamie?
I don't know. I can't see cutting him and wasting $25 million in cap space. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy played for us this year, but I do think it, to your point, CG, that it will cause some distractions amongst the team. And I think last year, it definitely caused a rift in the fan base as well, debating who was going to be the starter, if it was going to be Lance or if it was going to be Jimmy. So I'm not surprised, but I'm going to be curious come draft day if we get any trade value from him on draft day for people moving up. So we'll see.
Yeah, hey, please welcome Ninerette, the newest addition to the crew.
Hey, Ninerette.
Hello. What's up?
Yeah, we were just talking on Facebook, and she said she's up for the podcast, and I told her we need two females like you and Jamie as consistently. But we definitely like to introduce you to the audience. It's a pleasure to talk to you. But the Niners, what do you think what's going on, Ninerette? Like, what do you think of this offseason going for? Because I know you're a little behind on the schedule.
Actually, I think we had some pretty good pickups in secondary. Like George Odom, safety.
Mm-hmm.
Charvarius Ward, a cornerback. Yeah, I think we're going to pretty much have a solid defense on the secondary by looking at that.
Yeah, we are kind of forgetting Charvarius Ward. I guess since he was on injured reserve, I guess he still is included on the rookie contract, right? Like, isn't that right, Shifty?
Charvarius Ward, I think there's Tarvarius Moore and then Charvarius Ward.
Yeah. Okay, I got it mixed up.
They're all it's similar names, yeah. But I really like I think Ninerette said it great. We added some people to the secondary who that we really needed, we saw last year when we were putting, Josh Norman was kind of a disaster. Drake Kirkpatrick wasn't great either. So it's good to see that they shored up
Jaquiski Tartt.
Yeah.
Well, he's still a free agent, so I don't know what's.
You remember that dropped interception he had in the NFC Championship game?
I don't want to remember that, but yeah, that could have been game changer right there.
Oh.
I know.
But hey, let's speak of it. Like, I think Lawrence missed out on what we were saying. Like, I want to see what Lawrence has to say about John Lynch holding on to Jimmy. I know he's got a lot to say about this.
Ouch.
It's a bunch of bullshit. That's what I
I
think.
think.
He's holding on to Jimmy. And look. So I saw a lot today online. People splicing that comment up from him. He says, I can envision Jimmy Garoppolo staying with us or playing somewhere else. He didn't say 100% he's going to be here. And if he is here, I firmly believe that motherfucker is going to be sitting on the bench making a whole lot of money.
Yeah, you keep
And
it
that's
real.
okay. It's okay. Last year, Jay York said the moment we got the young king that Jimmy could be here that next year too. He put this out there. If he stays, he stays. Yeah, he did. Right after we took Trey. Twitter, personally out of his mouth, all of it. I saw it all. So it doesn't matter. He can be here all he wants to. He's not Trey beat his ass in camp last year. Jimmy was going to be sacked after week 8 last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's the faithful. I think we all need to just get over the shit. Let it go. He's an average quarterback. I love Jimmy Garoppolo, like the Joker keep making. He just doesn't love me back the same.
He's an average quarterback.
You know what I mean?
But you see, the problem with
He's
him is
he's average,
always
but
hurt.
I'm still talking. I'm still talking. Trey Lance, and he's always hurt. Right, that's another thing. But so what is the question here? Trey Lance needs to be the starting quarterback of this team. He hasn't shown the propensity to be injured the way Jimmy Garoppolo has. That's first and foremost. He hasn't shown his ceiling. Jimmy Garoppolo is beating his head on his ceiling every time he hikes the ball. He can't get any better than he is today. And that's facts. And that means that we're not going to get any better than we have gotten today. At least with Trey Lance, we have the chance to either shit the bed or win the shit. Period. He makes a lot of money, and they've already planned for Nick, for Debo, and for Jimmy to all get their money and everything to work out fine. Those are the words from the top 2 people making decisions, at least outwardly, even because we know Kyle was really Geppetto to all of them. But the 2 making the decisions outwardly are Jed and John. And they both have said the same thing, that the 3 of them aren't going anywhere possibly for this year. And those other 2 aren't going anywhere in the long term. So the faithful, we need to just relax and stop. I'm in Facebook jail right now just because of this shit this morning. Because we had such a horrible weekend in sports and the Grammys. Now I'm back in fucking Facebook jail again. So
hey,
we just need to relax. I think it's gonna be all good.
Yeah, I feel you, but let me get a huge shout out to my boy John Jay for the 49ers Ultimate Report for the $2 donation. Can't say shout out to my boy CG. Keep up the grind. Niner Red, I think you were about to say something about this Jimmy G situation.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I tried explaining to other people, Jimmy Garoppolo, if he was a great quarterback, he'd be able to remain in all the games. He could play his heart out, and he wouldn't get hurt so easily.
Yeah, it's part of the injury issues that's gone on with Jimmy for quite some time. Like, I think that's the problem with Jimmy Garoppolo. He's solid, don't get me wrong, but you cannot stay healthy. You only had two and a half healthy seasons, like, to be honest. Like, throughout Jimmy Garoppolo's career, when has he ever played like 2 straight seasons healthy? I can't even think of one. Hey, how many reception issues? Okay, so for Antonio, I think Antonio wanted to take a turn. Or wait, start off. What's your thoughts of it, man?
For me, I just think I'm done with Jimmy G. I mean, he's have his times and his things, and then we gotta move on. It's time for the Trey Lance show. I don't know how many times I'm gonna rehash that and say that again, but we gotta move on to Trey Lance now. That's it. We just gotta move on from Jimmy G. Forget about what he's done. He makes a lot of mistakes on the field, and we got to move on to Trey Lance now. It's the Trey Lance show now, No, I mean, I mean, I don't know how many times I'm going to say that. I probably said that like 15 times already, man. It's like, it's like he's not doing everything right. So, I just don't know what to say, He throws incomplete passes. He doesn't aim his passes right. So we got to move on from him now. Does everybody else agree we got to move on from Jimmy G?
Yeah, we just invested a young quarterback. So what's Antonio's thoughts of it, man? I want to hear what you got to say.
Well, see, we got to trade him because of that cap space, man. Like, you can't have your quarterback making too much. And it really doesn't even matter how great your quarterback is. You can have Aaron Rodgers, buy Devontae Adams. Hey, Patrick Mahomes, Mr. Transcendent thrower of the football, buy Tyreek the Freak Hill. You know, so we got to, like, maintain this cap, man, because Debo and Bosa, they're top two at their position, according to me. Both of them, you know, you can even say they're the best. You know, you could say T.J. Watt, you could say, Devontae Adams or Cooper Kupp or whatever you want to say. But man, like we gotta continue to keep the depth on this roster, man, because like I understand Jimmy G, he's been injured and stuff, man. Like a lot of quarterbacks get injured, but like I said, he's never played 2 straight seasons, and it's just time to move on from him. But if he happens to be the starting quarterback, I'm a root for him. You know, if he's a backup, I'm a root for him to come in. If Lance if Lance got injured or something, you know, I'm a root for him. But we got to move him though. You know what I'm saying? And I understand he got his limitations, but like I said, no matter who the 49ers starting quarterback is, whether his name is Trey, Jimmy, or Tom, I'm gonna root for him. That's just me.
Absolutely.
Or like the Godfather,
Absolutely.
So,
Young. You know what I'm
so
saying?
something I want to say about Jimmy Garoppolo is that he's been inconsistent at times in this game. Like he's been super inconsistent. Like he I know he's a good quarterback, but you know some quarterbacks can have like their inconsistent times when they're like not playing really consistently like every single day. So I mean he's good. I mean, but you know Trey. I mean I want to see what Trey Lance has to prove next year because I know this guy can have a lot of stuff in his arsenal. And man, this guy. I mean, I'm excited what this guy is like. You know, he. I mean, you know, if he can come out and wow everybody, then that's what I want to see.
Yeah, you know what, man? That's the thing. But hey, I got to give a huge shout out to the OG, bro. He's supposed to be a part of the crew, but I guess for whatever reason, he's been going through some stuff. But I like to give a shout out to my guy, the DB disciple, the OG Moses. This was supposed to be planned by the way it was supposed to go. Hey, and huge shout out to Carcast channel, dude. I'm going to be on his show on a Wednesday, so you definitely guys need to check that out. I'm probably going to be on his stream. My boy Loco, man, everybody else in the building. But hey, we're already getting to that next discussion. Let's talk about Ross Dwelly coming back to the Bay once again. Let's let Shifty give his thoughts of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a solid signing. Dwelly's okay. I'd still like to upgrade the tight end position in the draft. I know there's a guy that I like. There's Jelani Woods from Virginia. I think he ran like a 4.5 40. He's 6'6". I was watching some of the clips from Virginia games, and he actually reminds me of like a Gronk. He was just plowing guys over, just knocking guys over. But I think it's a solid move. I don't think it changes anything that we do in the draft, but we know that he knows the system. He's familiar with the coaching scheme, the other players, and all that. So solid move. It kind of reminds me of like bringing back Dante Johnson and whatnot, just a good depth guy that we might need later on.
Yeah, he's solid. He's familiar, but he's not all like great in flashes wise. I mean, Dwelly has just been around, so he's been consistent for our team. But I think when he gets the ball, he can be a threat, bro. But last season, not so much. They didn't use him as much last year. I don't get how you're gonna go with somebody like Charlie Warner at tight end, and you're not gonna feature much of Ross Dwelly, who doesn't drop much passes. I don't get it. Like I thought he was pretty good. Yeah, and it's kind of crazy. But now let's go on to that. You know, on that perspective, what do you think of it, Jamie?
I mean, I agree with Shifty. I think that he's not a flashy signing, but he's consistent in what we've asked of him. I think he can complement what Kittle does on the other side. So I think it's a good signing. I don't think it's, record breaking, but I think he adds some depth to the team. So we'll see what happens. But I'm glad he's back. He's a player that we know and we know well.
Yeah, like he's definitely a guy on special teams. He's done a good job as a blocker. Hey, I got to agree on this campaign with my boy David. Cut Jimmy G campaign. Let's do it. Oh, and here's a shout out to I guess what Moses says. Hey, I almost lost this campaign with my boy David. Cut Jimmy G campaign. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I actually think Dante Johnson's okay. I mean, as like a fifth cornerback, I'm okay with him being there. I thought Dante Johnson played really well in that playoff game at the Packers. So as a depth piece, I know Moses clearly is not a fan of Dante Johnson, but I think he's okay.
Well, what about Darkest Denard? We just brought him back also, so I guess those two would have to compete for a roster spot. So give me your thoughts of it, Antonio.
Man, I mean, Ross Dwelly, he's a solid player. You know, like he has his Ross the Boss moments. You know, he certainly does. He had him in the past, but I wanted them to draft Kyle Pitts. I ain't gonna lie. You know, that would have been deadly, but that's a story for another day. I want them to at least draft a tight end in the third round, man. Like we want somebody who can block, who's great as a receiver. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who can be like almost like a Kittle, because I want to have a on the field Gronkowski, Aaron Hernandez type of situation, or Vernon Davis, Delaney Walker. I want that. You know that. So we need another tight end in the draft to compete. I like Ross Dwelly as a number 3. That's just me.
So what's your thoughts of it, Ninerette?
My thoughts. Russ Wally is definitely solid. He would be a solid part of the tight end.
So he's just a solid. Okay, like
he's. Yeah, that's.
Okay, we'll go on to. I guess they're having difficult receptions, but we'll go on to Chardal. We can't hear you.
So for me, I'm really excited that we got Ross Dwelly back as a 49ers fan. It's really exciting when you get a player back on the roster. I think he's a great tight end. I mean, he can have his flashy plays at
I'm
sometimes
sorry,
and not so flashy plays at other times
connection
in his
keeps going
career
in and out.
as a tight end.
It's okay.
But I mean, it really brings me joy when a player comes back and like you get to see how well they've gone through their career. And it's good because I know Grant Cohn is a big fan of Ross Dwelly. I mean, he's like probably the biggest Ross Dwelly fan out there, and he really has he's crazy about him. So, I mean, I gotta tell Grant that we got Ross Dwelly back, and I gotta see his reaction. I mean, see what he thinks about it.
Okay. So Lawrence, your thoughts of Ross Dwelly? Or I can go with Ninerette because I couldn't hear. Ninerette, you had some issues on your reception?
Yeah, it just keeps cutting in and out.
Okay. Well, let's just go on a simplest conversation. Like, what's on your guys' mind? Let's go on a debate on what you guys want to discuss about. What's on your mind, Niner faithfuls?
I think for me, what I've been most excited about in our off season is the moves that we've made on special teams to really shore up what was obviously an issue in the team last year. So some of the signings that we've done, the guy we picked up from Pittsburgh, I thought was a good signing for special teams. So I'm excited for that piece of it and see what they can do in this next year.
Okay, so let's go by the special teams. Like, I know Shifty was probably talking like good stuff about special teams moves. What was the thoughts of us going all special teams during this offseason?
I love it. Our special teams were terrible before, so now it's going to be one of our best. We might be one of the top 5 units at special teams in the league. We got the new coordinator. I'm super happy with it. It was long overdue. I remember back in the days with Harbaugh, we had what was the group called again?
Tony Montana.
Yes, the Tony Montana squad. Like, I think we're gonna have that part too. Nice. And yeah, really excited for that. I think McLeod's gonna be a good returner and might do some stuff at wide receiver too.
Good punter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Niner, I know you're kind of excited about this Ray McLeod signing, right? So were you kind of excited? Because I know you were coming from the PA area before, right?
Yes.
So what was your thoughts of McLeod? Because I know you heard of him, right?
He's pretty mediocre at the receiving, but he would make a great returner, great punt returner.
I mean, I think as far as him as a receiver.
maybe
he's all right.
in a receiving core, he would be okay. Maybe if he was like in the secondary, like not starting or anything.
Oh no,
But he would make a great returner, a great punt returner.
or he would be a good gadget player too for those reverse plays. You know how we use those Debo sweep plays? He can take some of that slack off of Debo a little bit. So, yeah, I don't think Ray McLeod is a flashy receiver by any means. Like, he's going to definitely be a good returner, but I think there's a lot of plans in place for this offense to evolve somebody like Ray McLeod. You're going to see a lot of these reverse jet sweeps. Oh, apologies if I have a echo. Oh, sorry. It's all good, bro. No worries. But my boy Lawrence Jackson, man, we're talking about special teams. Everybody's got that on their mind. What's the pump up about the special team signing?
And we lost him.
Was that for me?
One of the things that I was thinking about with Ray McLeod is that I think we've been using
Mitch Trubisky.
No, we had been using. Why am I blanking on our on our number 2 wide receiver?
Ayuk. Brandon
Ayuk. Yes, thank you. We'd been using Ayuk a lot on special teams returns, and I think that by picking up McLeod, it'll free up, Ayuk to do some more things on the actual offense. So that's one of the things I was excited about as well.
That does help a little bit, yeah, because Ayuk was kicking returns too, and then Debo was doing a little bit also. So that is kind of a good idea why we brought him for. But as far as all that, yeah, my prayers goes to Moses, man. I know it's been tough on you. Same with me, bro. My cousin passed away a couple of weeks ago. It's been hard on me. One of those accidents happened, I guess for whatever reason. He didn't hold on to whatever he was holding on to, and his face landed on the concrete pretty hard. So that was tough on me.
For me,
condolences.
I'm really excited that we got this guy, Ray McLeod, from the 49ers. I think he's going to add wide receiver depth because the depth we already have, I think he's going to add to it. So that's great. Bringing in somebody like McLeod, because we already have a lot of good wide receivers. We have Ayuk. We have all these great wide receivers on our team, and then bringing in somebody like him is going to make our wide receiver depth even stronger because he's going to be next year he's just going to be that wide receiver that people want to see next season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Ray McLeod is a flashy name by any means. I mean, he's going to definitely be he's going to get some playing time on this offense. But as far as all that, Antonio, I know you're probably pumped up about this Ray McLeod signing.
Whew, man, we're going to be saying a lot of Ray for a TD next season. I'm telling you, man, he's going to be like a Joshua Cribbs type, man. But in the NFC, I got a feeling, man, he's going to be so hyped up when he sees all that red in the stands, and whether it's at home or on the road, just wearing that beautiful red and gold, man, because we're not really known for having great returners, man. It seems like all these other franchises, they're known for having great returners. You know what I'm saying? And we don't. So hopefully he's our first true great one, because Ted Ginn was supposed to be that guy. But, he got injured. And you know what? That Kyle Williams game in the NFC title game, that was because Ted Ginn was freaking injured. So Kyle Williams wasn't even supposed to be in there. Horrible. But anyway, man, Ray, I'm freaking ready for you. McLeod, we're going to be high on a cloud for them touchdowns, Woo! I'm ready.
He already has the best hair on the team too, so that's that.
Yeah, he's got the Palomalu hair.
I take that back. Huff probably got some good ass hair. Huff got some good ass hair too, so they got a battle.
Hufanga? Yeah, Hufanga.
Hufanga and McLeod battling for best hair on the team.
Yeah, they do. Oh, Niner Red's coming back. I guess reception issues. I want to see what she's got to say about Ray McLeod. So what's your thoughts on Ray McLeod?
I like the idea. I mean, I'm sorry?
So you like the idea that we use him in certain type of plays besides kick and return? Do you think he'll be more like a gadget type of player, or he can be just our returner at best?
He could probably play both. I mean, he'd be a good rotating piece if we need him in the receiving.
True that. Dexter Carter.
True. Oh yeah, but you know what's good about our
Credit though. I'm sorry, CJ. They already have kind of put out there that they do expect him to get some snaps on offense. They don't just have him set to be a returner. He can play in the slot. And he seems to be excited to be at least a slot receiver from a couple of interviews I'm watching him.
Yeah, and he's getting paid $5 million, so you figure he's going to do more than just kick and return.
Right.
Yeah.
Comes up, Moses.
Yeah, and then if you look at our special teams, okay, we just signed linebackers, right? Oren Burks, that's another guy. He's a top 3, and I think he was top. Yeah, I think he was top 3 in leading tackles, like kickoff tackles. And then you had Flanagan Foles. He's another good special teamers we brought back. See, those two guys together, that makes our special teams unit outstanding. Like, I played in the kickoff team before, and I've had a couple of tackles here and there. And I'll tell you what's important about that position is you got to get that returner and prevent the big plays from happening. So, Shifty 49ers talk, man. What do you think of those signs of linebacker Oren Burks and George Odom, man?
Oh, I'm a big fan. I'm actually kind of thinking that like Odom might be fairly solid even as a safety. I think he played some last year in Indianapolis, had a couple interceptions. That's a little bit more than I can say for Jaquiski Tartt. So I'm kind of curious to see how he'll do in this defense. And then we have a lot of success developing linebackers. So, I mean, obviously Warner, Greenlaw's been really good, Alshire, and now bring in Oren Burks, and maybe, he could even develop as a linebacker. But it's good to see that our special teams are a focus. Like I'd said before, it was fairly trash. I know it cost us a couple of times in certain games, like at Seattle when they had that crazy fake punt that went 75 yards, things like that. So it'll be good to shore that up, and just one phase of the game that we just don't have to worry about. So I'm really happy with what we did there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, see, for that example, the thing about it is I like that we're bringing linebackers with safety background. Like, we got a lot of guys who play linebacker. Like, I think Warner, when he came out of college, I think he was kind of like a hybrid linebacker mixed with a DB mentality. Like, yeah, he was a hybrid safety. Yeah, I think he was a hybrid safety. And then you had Flanagan Foles, who was a safety in college and then converted to linebacker. And then, I don't know, we still haven't signed Marcel Harris, but he was a converted linebacker from safety. So you get guys like that. And then I think Drake Greenlaw had a little bit of a lot of our
a big box linebacker anymore in the league. If you have a big, heavy linebacker, you're going to get beat in coverage all the time. So, I think we were one of the first teams that really started hankering down and getting thinner, starting with Fred, for these last 5 years. But the whole league is changing to that. You can't have a big line. There are no more big linebackers, I don't think, in the league. If you play safety,
unless they have speed.
Unless they have, a whole lot of speed, yeah. But if you play, I guess you could say like Wagner. That motherfucker's pretty big, but he's also, an outside linebacker, but he's bigger than Fred. But if you played safety, you could probably play linebacker in the league these days.
Yeah.
So for Trey Lance's story, he used to live in Minnesota, in the cold, frozen tundra of Minnesota, and then when he came over to the Bay Area, it was kind of hard to make that transition from living in that cold, freezing area coming into the Bay. Mm-hmm. So with Oren Burks, it's the same story. Like, he has the same story as Trey Lance. He was living in Green Bay, in Lambeau, in the frozen tundra of Lambeau, and I was coming over to the 49ers. So so what are your thoughts about that? Like, how do you think he's going to transition from living in that cold, frozen tundra of Lambeau when he was playing for the Green Bay Packers? And how do you feel he coming over to the Bay? Like, how do you think that transition is going to be for Oren Burks? Is it going to be difficult, easy, kind of in the middle? Like, what are your thoughts about that? Like, do you have any thoughts?
I think the weather is a big difference because it's not going to be super cold in the tundra. Like, I think the fact that Oren Burks is going to be in a good area, because Green Bay is nothing but a blue chip collar type city that's just cold and not much to do out there. I'm pretty sure he's going to love the Bay Area because there's a lot of good things to do out there, and the weather's not that cold. So I think that's the difference right there. And we got the best area. He can go anywhere. Green Bay, not so much. It's a boring town. You might have to go all the way down to Milwaukee to go do something. But what do you think, Jamie? Like, I think it's just different climate.
Yeah, I don't know if the weather necessarily is going to have as big an impact. I think it's good that he has that experience, because what was the fear of us going into Lambeau this off season when we went to play Green Bay. It was, oh, we're in a warm climate. We're not going to do well, at Lambeau at home in January, and we won. So I don't know if the weather's going to have as big an impact. I think he'll adjust pretty easily to the mild climate in the Bay.
Yeah. So what do you think, Antonio?
Nah, man, we could win in any weather. We win in Green Bay a lot. I mean, we won in Levi's. Like, we can win in the rain. Remember that game at Washington? That was a nasty game a couple years ago. 2019.
Yeah, like that raining game.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. We can win in the dome.
To me, when I look at football, the reason why I like football a lot as a sport is that it could be muddy, rainy, snowy, whatever the weather may be. It doesn't matter. You're still going to get the win. It doesn't matter. I've seen players have mud on their jerseys, like on the field, like their jerseys are like completely full of mud, like drenched in mud, like they're kind of diving for the touchdown, and there's mud on the ground, and they have to score a touchdown. So I mean, I see mud, like snow on their jerseys. What they're like mud, their jerseys are all filthy, but it doesn't stop them. They're athletes, man. They're here to make a point.
Yeah, definitely is. You know what? Let's see what Shifty's got to think of the weather difference. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's exciting to come to the Bay than come to Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like was it Tony and Jamie said? I don't think it's a big difference. I mean, a lot of these guys are from all over the country, so I don't think the weather would be a huge factor. And as we were talking about, every season we play in different states and different times of the year. And even if like when let's say Oren Burks playing for Green Bay, well, I mean, half of their games are whether they're at Minnesota, which is inside a dome and all that kind of stuff. So I think it could be a bit of a factor, but I think all these guys will be totally fine.
Yeah, I just don't look at climate as the issue. But so Nineret, what do you think? Like, I guess she's coming up and going. I guess issues with receptions, but you know what, guys? We're probably going to end it on the high note because I know we got to get this stream popping a little later. But I appreciate every you guys coming into the stream. I got to get going to work a little later, but I'll definitely keep you guys updated for Monday. And I got to give my boy Shifty 49ers Talk for being on the show.
Okay, I'm sorry. My connection just cut out again. What was the question?
Just one last one. The climate difference for Oren Burke from Green Bay to San Francisco weather.
I think he'll do perfectly fine. I mean, he's going to be in the secondary in the linebacker position.
Yeah, he's going to definitely help as a linebacker depth, and
he's going to be fine in the linebacker depth. He's going to solidify the secondary and the linebacker depth. Yes.
Okay. All right. So for Lawrence Jackson, we'll give you your final thoughts, and then we'll all end on a high note.
I really don't think because he's going from cold to warm, or at the the least negative. So I'm pretty sure it won't affect him. I'm sure he'll probably be happier now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is. But I'm going to give the floor to 54 Talk, and then we're all going to end on a high note.
Okay, can I say one thing about?
Well, one thing. What?
Can I say one thing about resigning Jordan Willis?
Oh, okay. You can.
I'm.
Oh, she's having reception issues. But hey, we'll definitely let Shifty 49ers Talk do the last final say. I know everybody's having issues with receptions.
Well, thank you. I think it's been a solid offseason. I, for one, just can't wait to see Trey Lance get the full offseason as a starter, make things happen. I think he's going to be a lot better than what Garoppolo was. I think Garoppolo really benefited from the fact that Kyle Shanahan is his coach. He has a bunch of good weapons, so I'm stoked. It's been a lot of fun chatting with all you guys. And hopefully, CG, we'll do this again soon. And just a whole lot of fun. There we go. It's about it.
All right, like you said, the button goes. What is it? The butt goes up, and see you on the flip side. All right. So what were you gonna say, Nineret? I'll give you this thing.
I'm glad he's resigned. I mean, I've seen that block punt he did last postseason against Green Bay. And also, Hufanga recovered that block punt by Jordan Willis and scored that touchdown. So definitely, I'm glad he's back.
Okay, that's good. For Jamie, I got to give her the floor, and then I'm going to give it.
Awesome. No, thank you guys for another good chat. Add me on.
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Now we could.
I was just saying, add me on Twitter at Funny Niner Fan, and as I figure out if I'm going to do a platform, you can find out all the good news there. But thank you, and I'm looking forward to the draft and the rest of the offseason. So let's go Niners.
Hell yeah. Okay, and then we're going to give it to my boy Antonio, the floor.
Yeah, you guys, man. I mean, we still haven't traded Jimmy Garoppolo, and we probably won't. But keep on repping us, man, and keep having that faith, man, because that's what we got, man. We got so much talent on this roster. No matter who's the starting quarterback, man, we're gonna be playoff fever no matter who's the starting quarterback. So, we got running backs, receivers. We're gonna get even more through the draft. So, like I said, I really want us to get a tight end to go with Kittle, man. He needs a partner. Just like Deebo Samuel got Brandon IU as a partner in the receiving core, Kittle needs his guy at the tight end. We almost had that with Jordan Reed, but, he had concussion issues. But we'll get one in this draft. I got full confidence they're going to surprise us early in the draft with a tight end draft pick, y'all. So, yeah. Thank you, guys. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell on my channel.
Okay, my bad, bro. All right, and then we got Lawrence Jackson on the floor.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, CG, for the seat. Thank you to the faithful panel, everybody, for coming through and all of us getting a chance to talk about the Niners. Shout out to David. You're right. Whoever that is in the chat, fuck the Lambs. And yeah, so as far as the quarterback situation, we all can just relax, let the coaching staff figure that out. I do believe primarily it's going to be Trey starting. And then as far as Deebo and Bosa, faithful, relax, take it easy. They're not going anywhere. It's all rumors. Listen to John Lynch. That's all you have to do. And then subscribe to my channel if you like my videos or you like, what I do here with the folks. It's at platform 246. Real easy. Type that in and I'm popping right up, myself and my sons. Like button, subscribe, and notification bells. And I sincerely appreciate you. Y'all be safe.
All right, for sure, man.
Don't bang.
Yeah. But okay, Charlotte.
I'm going to say one thing.
Can't hear you.
It's an honor to have you part of this roundtable. I really love talking football with all of you guys, hearing all your hot takes, what you have to say. It's really amazing. My YouTube channel is SG Sports Talk channel. My Twitter is SG Warriors 51, and click the like and subscribe button, so you'll be updated every time I post some really great content. You don't want to miss out because I'm gonna post some great videos. So I'll see you next time for the roundtable, and thanks for having me on.
All right. Okay, Ninerette, this is the last one, and then we're going to end it.
Thank you for having me on here, and go Niners, and hope y'all have a rest of a good night.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so we're going to end it, guys, and we'll look forward to next week. But as always, go Niners.
Let's go.
Niners.
Let's go Niners.